So this is Business Heroes Street Grub. Let's say, was the name of the game changed at some point? Maybe. I actually don't know the answer to that. But, so the idea behind this game is it is a tycoon-style game where you run food trucks. If you're familiar with the game Lemonade Tycoon, it is designed to be effectively a spiritual successor to that. So what you do is you start off with like your little food truck, and you just try and, you know, sell some burgers. You can adjust the recipes, you adjust the prices, you can adjust where you're putting your food truck to try and take advantage of different things. There's different customers between like children and adults and staff and doctors and all sorts of stuff. So like there's nuance as the recipes and what kids want is different than what the adults want, is different than the doctors want. And you've got all that kind of stuff going on. But there's all that said. So the first thing I do is, while I kind of go through this, let's do a quick poll. New start. Start the demo over. Let's see how far we can go. Alright, so we're doing a quick, like, we're gonna only do like a little 3-minute poll while I'm going through like the introduction of the game. Basically, we played this 2 days ago for the first sponsored segment, around the second one. And we played like the tutorial demo thing, and we did finish that in the first one. It is available as a demo you can download right now. The game is not for sale, like, at the moment. They are trying to get people to wishlist the game. That's their big ask, is that, you know, you click on the link and you wishlist the game. Because for different developers, like, when you're on Steam, the more people that wishlist the game can get you into, like, the new and upcoming category on Steam, which can really help boost your sales and all that. Which can get you more reviews, which can then, you know, potentially break you in from, like, just getting positive reviews to mostly positive to overwhelmingly positive. There is a threshold that you need a certain number of views to do it. So all of that stuff helps build momentum. But, it is looking like people are leaning towards see how far we can go. Yeah, that's all I was checking, is if people wanted to see me redo, like, the tutorial to introduce it from the beginning, or jump in where we were. But yeah. But it is a Tycoon-style game. It is a lot of fun. Like, if you liked Lemonade Tycoon as I was going to say a kid, but I don't know what ages you'd be. But if you liked Lemonade Tycoon, like, for me personally, very much scratched that same itch. It was like Lemonade Tycoon, and you get the idea. Just that plus a little bit more. So we're gonna let that go through. But, with what we played the other day, we upgrade our food truck. There's a research tree. You have different locations to go in. When we did the first stream, I only stayed in the one location. I didn't move around. The demo does have, I believe, 3 locations available, and then there's 4 locations we are aware of that they're like, hey, this isn't in the game yet, which makes sense. Alright, I'm going to assume it's see how far we can go, unless I see some major upset here in the next couple seconds. So we're going to go ahead and continue our save of mostly okay eats, because it's mostly okay. And we only had played for about an hour and a half on the last one. We also get to see how well this works in the demo. Alright. So yeah, so where we picked off, we are based out of Washington, D.C. And we go to the map. Like, we can look at that, and you can see we've got, like, the playground, the noisy playground, which is where we based up, where almost everyone were students. We did unlock where we can go to the street corner, which is the neighborhood. And I'm not sure which is best, because, for example, when you look at this for, like, going to the noisy playground, it cost me $50 a day for a permit. I'm expecting to have about 59 students go through. Meanwhile, if we go to... Oh, can I have stands in multiple, like, entirely different areas? Okay. Alright. So I was like, we can move our stand between A and B and all that. So it's looking like what we're probably going to want to do is keep our current stand operating where it is, turning a profit and doing that, and then setting up a new stand at this location and start breaking into a new market. That's interesting. I need to adjust the volume just a little bit. It sounds a little loud on the audio effects. For another thing that was really made me happy about this game is when I first started the game, before we did literally anything else, the game said, hey, what volume do you want to be set to? Like, before anything else happened, it didn't blast your eardrums. It was like, hey, music, I think it was 15% volume, sound effects 65% volume, which made me so happy, because that's one thing that, like, games never seem to get consistent. Alright, so we can use our research to survey our customers. So interesting. So they still feel pretty okay about it being affordable. So let's go and tack up the price another 25 cents. And still, they see this as affordable as well. So we're gonna keep upping the price until they start getting upset about the pricing, because that's the way we do it. But as you can see, when you go into the game, you'll have like your burgers and all that. So I only have enough ingredients. It's so nice to see stuff like that. I know, right? So we have enough ingredients in our food truck right now to only make 6 burgers. Needless to say, that's really not enough. So what we're going to try and do is I need to get ourselves enough. We were selling, I want to say it was about 100 burgers we were able to get up to, kind of as our roof. And that's also becoming a problem because that's kind of the limit on what our cart can carry. And there's better carts that can carry more and all that. We just have to unlock it, make the money, do all that stuff. I also have no idea when it comes to the progression they've got in the game, like how far they've gotten so far as balancing the later game and all that, which we'll find out. Okay, so we basically hit pretty much the cap of what I can store, because that's my cold storage. If I exceed 99%, anything that needs to go in cold storage gets thrown away. That's not worth it. So we've ordered all our stuff, so we can sell tomorrow 102 burgers, and we got 84 sodas. And we're doing all well. We increased our prices a little bit. We can change our recipes. I haven't messed with that too much. There is research I can get that lets me get more information. Because if we look at a research tree, there's a whole lot here to deal with. And that's actually what I'm trying to learn right now, is recipe feedback, so that I can hopefully figure out the best recipes for the students and all that. And it looks like you got 2 more days to research that. So the way the game flow works is you have the nighttime, which is where you order your stock, you move your cart, you set your research, you do all these like management overview kind of things. And then you have the second part, which is where you choose to start the day. And so it opens your store. Now, while the day is going on, you don't have a lot of stuff you do actively. You can, during the day, switch where your cart is, change your recipe, change your prices. I personally have not been doing much of that. I kind of just, like, once the day's set, I've been letting it go. I suspect that is something that as we get later on in the game... Oh, and the game has all sorts of wonderful jokes and all that. So, like, we had someone who had a... What? Oh, it's parents. Oh! When I sell to parents, they get upset because I don't have... Interesting. So, looking at this, the parents, now that we can do those, the parents are actually getting really upset about the recipe. The students are happy about it. We've already turned a profit. We've already exceeded our previous profit, and we're only at, like, middle of the day. So we've started ourselves a new profit thing. Oh, actually, I mean, we're around 3 p.m. Yes! So that's interesting. I wonder if later on we'll be able to have multiple recipes at a location. But yeah, so we're definitely having problems. One, with the wait is too long. Which the only way to improve the wait, really, is there's things you can make it where people put up with a longer wait, which we do have some of those, and then training. And we've already trained our person as high as we can for the time being. But we made $128. We only sold about 2/3 of our inventory and some change. So that's going. Oh, demo goals day left. So I'm wondering if in 3 days the game will end. We're gonna find out because we're already in it. And if that is what it is, it's fine. They didn't give us any guidance about playing fresh each time and all that. Hey, Infinity Simplex, how's it going? All right, so we've got all that. We did make a bunch more money. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is we did our research at that price. So I don't want to continuously do the research analytics every time because it cost me $60 to do them both. So I'm going to leave it where it was. That seemed to work pretty well for us. I can't tell if our rating was going up or down with all that, because it does seem like the parents are pretty unhappy about the amount of lettuce we had. That they were like, you should have more. How dare you not have more of the lettuce? Yeah, so I can't afford to put more soda on there. Okay. And a lot of your ingredients will last overnight if you have what you need to accomplish that. So overbuying is fine once you have like the refrigerator thing in your little cart. I wonder if I can just add a second fridge thing to it. Okay, so we can sell 117 burgers. Let's check our recipe. Did I remove the lettuce by chance? No, we still had that there. So looking at our feedback, we had wait is too long. Yeah, so most of the people were upset about the wait. Yeah, almost everything was about that. And then on the very rare chance that we got an adult, the adult was upset about the lack of lettuce. I'm gonna try adding a second thing of lettuce and see if that changes anything. That does mean I need to increase the amount of lettuce I'm ordering by a very large amount. And we'll see what that does. Okay, so the breaking news is an RNG event in the game that can impact good or bad things. And we've had it where certain ingredients will be cheaper one day. We've had it where, like, you know, certain times it will have more people coming in to buy stuff. Sometimes it will have less people to buy stuff. Let's see, maybe the Green Eclipse person could have asked for extra lettuce. I know, right? The USA performed very poorly in the international tournament, even though they hosted the games. Everyone is angry and disappointed. Low population happiness reduces population size. Citywide population happiness minus 15 for 3 days. That actually sucks a lot. Because that basically is how many customers I could potentially draw in. Alright. So now let's see, by adding that extra thing of lettuce, will our students be impacted liking our stuff more or less? And will the adults like it more or less? Zero goes to your magic. Alright, so we've got an adult to line after this student. Okay. Oh. It's telling me, hey, I'll be able to sit there and check this out. You watched ants build a city? Almost joined a cult because the wait's too long? Yeah. I wonder if opening a second stop in the same location is another way of mitigating the delay. Like, if I had another stop up here, and I had less total supplies in each cart, if, you know, it split the difference between the two. Because I believe we're slowly gaining reviews and all that. Mostly we're getting good service, though. It's just occasionally we get people upset that the line is taking too long. Alright. That said, this hasn't been as lucrative a day as yesterday, but we were very profitable today. We made ourselves another $100-something. And considering we sold a significantly reduced amount and still made pretty good money, it's not bad. Okay, so with this...
Receive real-time feedback on your recipes and improve them to meet customer desires. The feedback section is at the bottom left of the environment area.
Okay. So, we did get that research knocked out, so now we can start actually getting an idea where people are like, oh, I want more of this or less of that. So we've got that. The really big burger truck, I can't afford. That's $11,000. We have the Arctic cooler. If we get the Fridge Master, we can significantly improve our storage capacity. That said, I'm going to go ahead and choose the inventory calculator because this auto reorder sounds good. So we're going to do that because I'm assuming, so the inventory calculator means, so instead of having to do where I've been going like add this, add that, I can be like, give me enough for 100 burgers and it will just do the rest itself. Which I did actually hear from the devs that they are going to be moving a bit more towards where you make strategic decisions and less towards like you sit down and do the math. That they said they are going to be making changes to accomplish that. What those changes are, I don't know. With all that said, let's pop in here real fast. I need to deal with my inventory. I didn't get any meaningful feedback here on, like, with our recipe, more or less, but that could be we just unlocked the research. So we can go here. So far, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with that. I'm not going to try and adjust the prices right now. I feel pretty okay with what we've got. So let's try and get all of these back up to about 100. Because the way I look at it is if I can't get myself to sell 100 of them, there's no reason to worry about going over that. Like, if I don't sell over 100 a day, having 200 a day worth of stuff doesn't do me any good. Okay. And that should be fine. I do have enough room in the fridge for another thing of soda. Alright, so we'll get this next day going. I do wonder if after the 15-day mark, the game is going to end, even though we achieved the objectives. We'll see. If it does, we'll start a fresh one. Let's see, can we only sell one type of burger or one type of drink? That's what I'm not sure. It could be something that's locked behind later research. It could also be something that, like, this food stand, I sell the one that the students like, but then there's a food stand over here for the grown-ups. Like, I don't know that part yet. We'll be figuring that out. Yeah, so getting that next level of research would be good. I'm also very happy where we've started increasing the prices now, that we're literally hitting our operating costs within the first in-game hour or two a day. Like, right at the beginning of the day, we're managing to hit those. Whereas before, it'd be like we'd barely sneak just under or just over by the end of the day. Now, I don't know if that's because we are gaining reputation over time. That said, we have no brand strength, but I believe not enough lettuce. Bun without sun. Okay. We'll try adding a little bit more lettuce. Because the parents are ruining it for everyone. That the parents like, you know what this burger needs? This burger needs more leafy greens. That's all this burger needs. I want a salad in a bun. And we set a new record, and we're right about to run out of inventory, because we did middle of the day increase the amount of lettuce we were using, but we didn't run out of inventory, so that's fine. Cool. So we did set a new record profit. Too little ingredients was the complaint. We have unlocked inventory calculator.
Calculate the exact inventory you need to reach your sales target and minimize waste. The inventory calculator is now available in the ordering section of the product tab.
Cool. So with that, let's see how that even works. So we did increase the amount of lettuce we were putting on our burgers. Parents are the only tip of the iceberg. Oh no. So curious. I can probably type in there, right? That's nice. So literally I could just hit update order and it'll autofill being like, here's what you gotta order to get that sorted. Alright, I like that. That is a nice quality of life feature. I also don't mind that that's locked behind research tree, because getting there could be relatively quick if you really cared about it. That would only be 2-3 in-game days to unlock it. And that's telling me I've got one cart here. So we're going to do one more day with what we've got, and then I should have enough that we could start trying to open up a second cart. And we could start figuring out what that is. Because I could buy the cart today. The problem is I wouldn't have enough money to do anything with it. I wouldn't be able to afford the inventory. But this day, we did add a third slice of lettuce. And we'll see if the grown-ups have anything to say about this now. I'm expecting the children to start being like, "Aw, man, this burger's nothing but lettuce. What is going on here?" As an adult, I'm also like, I mean, lettuce going on a burger's fine, but also, I don't want, like, a big old thick layer of lettuce on my burger. Like, it shouldn't be a primary ingredient in it. It should be a secondary, supplementary ingredient. Well, so far the students aren't unhappy with it, which is good news. Excuse me, student going, I need to stop playing this hangover. Excuse me, you're a child. This is like outside of an elementary school or something. I'm actually very unclear about the age of the students here. It's very clear they use dialogue that's just the same for a whole bunch of people. Alright, we're gonna have some people ditch the line because of service speed, because our line's getting really long. Starved in real time. You kind of like lettuce in a sandwich? Yeah, no, I like lettuce in a sandwich, but there's definitely a thing where you've got, like, you know, your bun, whatever your main thing going on, and then like 4 or 5 pieces of lettuce, and then the next thing you're like, hang on. There's a little heavy on the lettuce. Startup failures is common. 15 days have passed, and though you worked hard, not all the goals were met. I thought I hit all the goals. Okay. I guess they expected you to quit at that. Ah, gotcha. So will it let me continue is the real question. It will. That's all I want to know, because we actually already finished all the objectives, so just amusingly enough, even though we succeeded on our objectives, it then turned around and was like, okay, but you didn't succeed on all your objectives. So, that's just probably a demo thing. Alright, so with that, we have one more day until the research of auto reorder gets done. Let's go to our ordering. We can update our order, and just like that, what are you complaining? Inventory loss. Cool. All right. So we're sitting at 2,500. Now the question is, can I buy a stand over here? You can navigate between your stands using A and D keys. And I can manage Wilson, who has a daily salary of $150 and a bonus per day of $143. Oh, Wilson, you're gonna kill me financially, buddy. You are going to wreck me, buddy. Alright. No, don't put 4 patties in there. So the adults have been pretty okay with this recipe. So if Rual's stand is there, your stand's here. We'll make it 325. And you can't sell drinks. And the reason you can't sell drinks is because I can't afford to put a fridge in there. We might be firing Wilson here pretty quick. Average market salary is 143. 143, buddy. No, I'll go above market. There you go. Let's see. Worker happiness would affect this bonus. Click pay bonus to make payment. Can be paid only once per day. So this is gonna make him... I see. So he's gonna be a big old grumpy grump if I do that. I just want the... There we go. We will pay you the minimum that keeps you from being upset. Alright. So, this is going to be terrible. Because I was only making a little over 100 profit per day on my existing cart. And this is gonna be bad. I don't know where to start with how much to have him have. Okay, so that results in inventory loss. Alright, we're gonna start with... So the bonus is optional, probably to boost his happiness when needed, right. Or like he performs better momentarily if you throw extra money at him or something. Alright, so we're gonna get wiped out when we start our day. Yeah, no, he definitely overexpanded. Well... Both carts have their inventory stocked. And let's see what happens. Demo completed. The demo is limited to 15 days or failing the goals. We hope you have enjoyed trying. Ah, that's a bummer. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we still need more time here. But, no one more turn. Yes, save and quit. We didn't get to see where that went. So we'll show you the beginning kind of thing. So the thing is to know that the demo is limited to 15 days. So we're gonna go ahead and start off the demo. And we'll try someplace different. So they actually have a difficulty listed here. I feel like we did really well with some of these. We did with the US, and you have the ones that are like listed on difficulty here. And supposedly France is the easiest. And then Seoul, South Korea is supposed to be horrifically hard. So, you know, we definitely want to do that. And probably doomed eats. Just probably doomed. Alright. So let's go ahead and see what another area is. And it says we're going to be at moderate rain as like our only weather. Which is sure going to kill all that stuff. So the game is going to introduce us and say the top bar, we've got our money, we've got where you're at, you got all this stuff. You have where you can do our next turn. We have like our different sub tabs for everything going on. So they do a good job like walking you through how everything is. And then they give you a free, really crappy card. Okay. So we need to make a thing. So very clearly, the maps are the same no matter where you choose. That I'm actually completely okay with, because it doesn't matter. And if they wanted to do, they could change that way however they want. So they want us to make a sandwich that is 2 tomato, 3 lettuce, 1 sauce pack, 1 patty, and 1 cheese. And we're going to be selling it at 4,206.1 whatever South Korea's currency is. And it wants me to set the price of that burger to about 32,064. And then we have a progress bar where we need to sell 30 burgers. Okay. You've already ordered our stuff? No. Okay, and it's just basically saying, hey, I have to buy enough ingredients for everything. That's fair. So let's go ahead here, and I need enough for all of this. Man, just being used to money here in the US, seeing these numbers is terrifying. Alright. I already missed where it's able to automatically calculate. Okay, so there was extra tomato and lettuce on the burgers. 30 burgers. Okay. Won is South Korea's currency. Trying to find a way to phonetically type it. Yeah. Gotcha. So it's the won. Alright, so we've ordered our ingredients. We can go to research. And it's basically telling you, hey, you click on the research, and you click start queue, and that the thumbs up is what the game's trying to say, hey, you should probably get that. Alright, so we should have everything ready. The permit fee here is 6,720 won. And you can change the price and recipe anytime during the day. So we will see what our customer feedback is and immediately react. I don't know what that symbol meant. I don't know what any of that means. We don't have the customer insight thing. Well, we're turning a profit. But everyone's complaining about the food quality. And we are out of stock. So the day plays out the thing. But the energy didn't realize that Korea didn't have coins. Probably partly why the number of won feels larger than you'd expect. Well, that's just a matter of, like, inflation on the currency and all that. Like, the value per unit. Well done, aspiring entrepreneur. Your challenge to achieve your goals I've set within 15 days to qualify for the first round selection. It's okay to run out of ingredients or lose money while learning to predict sales and experimenting with different strategies. Let the journey begin. Okay, so cool. So we did get service insights.
Get instant service feedback and improve your service to meet customer expectations. The feedback section is at the bottom left of the environment area.
Cool. So what I am going to do is ignore all these other things that the demo is telling me I should be doing. We are going to get the fridge because I need it, but then I want to kind of go and like beeline up some of these things like the manager and all that, and just see if we can't get a second cart being functional. It may be that the demo isn't long enough to really get there. Alright. So recipe feedback is way up there. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we learned last time that all that extra junk on here, get it out of here. It's just making our food more expensive. Meanwhile, I have no context to where any of this money is. So I'm going to actually just take that burger real fast and just really outrageously increase that price. Because why not? Why not increase the price to an outrageous amount? So let's try to go for 60 burgers for sale if we can. Because I'm basically taking what we learned from our last playthrough, and seeing if I can repeat that now that we have better understanding. Can you freely move the cart somewhere else? Yep. I can move it right there. And it costs nothing. We can try setting up here and see if it makes any difference. I have no idea how much that impacts anything, but we'll try moving it there and just see what happens. We'll go ahead and order our ingredients, which is going to cost us 97,000 won. And we didn't make 97,000 won the last one. I mean, all the students are leaving the school right there. You're just a servant? Yeesh. You're going to work earlier tomorrow to say bye to a couple of dogs? Gotcha. They're scheduled to leave right when they start? Gotcha. Well, I hope you end up having a good day. So, I'm assuming we'll have a research that'll give me better analytics about different spots and what's better and worse. So, we aren't having a bunch of people, like, gushing about stuff this way or not. Hey, new profit record. It's amazing what happens when you double the price of your burgers overnight. You order less inventory, you get way more cash for your sales. Why doesn't everyone just jack their prices to the roof? Okay, so now we need to sell 50 drinks in one day as our next objective, which we're already researching the cooler and all that. Let's see, you probably get different groups of people at different locations. That's what I'm guessing, is you have like different numbers of people in different locations. Well, I know on the map that's true. And so it is those things. You showed true grit and brilliance adventure. You not only tackled the first challenges, but you also produced your potential lead. Oh, that is a fun bug. So if you don't get what just happened there, the final objective of the game in the demo is to be profitable enough to make, like, what was in US dollars, $173 profit in a single day. But because we already learned, like, what was a good place to put our prices and everything on the last playthrough, and it just immediately went to right there, we technically completed the last objective of the demo that it hadn't told us about yet, before completing, like, the third objective of the demo. So we technically got the win condition. That's very clearly a bug, but it's a very amusing bug.
Get cold storage for your stand and start selling drinks with the Arctic Cooler Box. Keep ingredients fresh for longer. Find it in the upgrade section under the vehicle tab on the left.
Okay. Just ignoring everything she has to say. Ooh, you know what? So I wanted to go immediately to the inventory thing. I'm gonna actually get the wagon. Then we'll get the calculator there. And we'll go from there. Because I would like to get the auto thing and just see what we can do with that. And what's the can beast? Gain a massive cold storage with can beast. More space, less waste. I'm kind of leaning into just trying to do that real fast. I do like the idea of getting a second... Can we just... Okay. I'll get that, and then we'll get the thing for getting more stuff going on there. Let's see, so the objectives don't scale to local currency? No, they do. It's literally I made a ridiculous amount of money profit-wise yesterday. So we didn't sell many units, but I also didn't buy hardly any, and then I charged through the nose for what I did manage to get sold. So we ended up being very profitable by being a high-value, low units kind of thing. Alright. So we can go here and get everything reordered. Try going up for 70 this time. Let's see, I think we made about $170 because $1 is probably worth 1,000 won. Yeah, it's gonna be somewhere around there. But that's what I'm guessing as well as happened, is we just... Whatever the won equivalent was, we managed to sell that much all in one go and like really just blast through it. In today's currency, 160,000 won is about 120 bucks USD. Yeah, so my guess is like with the fluctuation. All right. Okay, Luxray, you take it easy. But yeah, no, that's what my guess is. My guess is that we did adjust. Oh, 1 second. Vehicle, Arctic box, upgrade, products. We can't train ourselves yet. Yeah, because now I can get stuff and I don't have to worry about going bad. I also can get drinks now. Because now I can afford to go over all these things. It'll be totally fine.
Take a sip.
Alright.
What's the worst that could happen?
You're almost a direct line of fire for this one? Yeah. Yeah, I'm right in Path of the Hurricane as well. But yeah, no, it's fun that, like, once you figure out the things, that works that easily. And that's the thing that happens with all the Tycoon games, is you figure out, like, what the metas are. But even then, that's still only $176 profit a day. But considering you're supposed to be in the early game and learning, I think that's fair. And plus, it's a demo early on, so who knows how this will get adjusted in the long run. I'm honestly curious when the actual game is going to get released, because this is only to be wishlisted. And as a reminder, that is kind of the goal of this. We do have a link pinned to the top. If you are finding this game interesting, like, the ask right now is that you wishlist it. The game isn't available yet to purchase, but wishlisting does help indie studios get themselves out there, get like the up-and-coming section of Steam, which can lead to a lot of sales, get them more reviews, and all those things are gonna help. Let's see, you do love the rooster getting thrashed in the morning start. Yeah, they've got a bunch of silly animations. Like, you'll have the customer, when they're unhappy, they'll give like a big thumbs down thing, they'll walk away. I like the banter and the jokes they have. They do lots of references and all that. Some of them very clearly date the things. So like some of them are references that would be a lot younger people would pick up, and there's just a lot of references like, oh man, that's a little old even for me. But that's part of the fun. It's fun to have all those silly little things. I need to be selling a lot more product. Come on. I just massively increased my prices the other day. Today's prices are the same as they were yesterday. I mean, you're the only food stand in this town. So you're the one who set prices. $1 million burger, anyone? Exactly. If you're hungry enough. I think my prices might be too high, because we sold almost nothing. Yeah, so we lost money that day.
The Maxi Burger Wagon has a cute panda theme and comes with the Portable Beats upgrade. Click an empty stand spot to buy it, or upgrade your stand in the Vehicles tab and steal the hearts of more customers.
Okay, so let's go here, and this is gonna hurt us a lot. We're gonna upgrade our vehicle. Oh, right, because it was an upgrade, not a new cart, we didn't have to pay full price. I was about to say, like, the full price would have been pretty much all of my money. So, the big bummer there was, I only sold about, like, 30 burgers, which is pretty bad. Okay, so let's look at our stuff. Maybe, just maybe, my price might be a little too high. It's 170% markup. Stop complaining. Okay. Alright, breaking news. Give me something good. The annual Sauce Expedition ends in Seoul with a massive giveaway event causing an unexpected surplus of sauce. Sauce prices dip in the market deals with this excess supply. Price of sauce is minus 15% for 2 days. I mean, they'll just save me a little bit of money on the purchase of sauce. Alright, children. I need you to buy literally everything. Children. Please. Got Spider-Man reference with great power comes great responsibility. Brie Mayo? No. Alright, so today we're getting much better sales than yesterday. I don't really know what was going on yesterday, that we had kind of a real lapse in sales. But, like, we're already on track to surpass it. And you've already started turning a profit. I do like the idea that, like, different locations, they have different, like, income rates and tax rates and all that to, like, really kind of finagle how it things. Let's see, apparently the Sauce Expedition was a flop, and there's so much extra sauce available in the area. Yeah, they just over-ordered. I don't think those ones at the end of the line. Yeah, so people are starting to complain about how long it's taking. But that's the reason why I've got one more research before we start training our character, which is that lets me make things. Hey, new profit record. So a lot of people are complaining about the speed of service. Look, man. Serving them burgers is hard. Your company was worth 30 million yesterday. It's now worth $0. Yep. Yeah, I haven't figured out how it does its calculation with the company stuff. Alright. Were you summoning the burger? The kids are ruthless.
Calculate the exact inventory you need to reach your sales target and minimize waste. The inventory calculator is now available in the ordering section of the product tab.
Alright. So we're gonna get the managing thing next. So now when I go to order my stuff, I go here and say, look man, 100 burgers, 70 sodas. Update the order. Boom, boom, done. Excellent. Let's see, if that was a duck instead of a rabbit going through those mounds of coins, that'd be an excellent reference to Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, I mean, it's still probably referencing it. I think it's actually not a rabbit. I don't actually know what the animal that pops up is. It's not super clear. Yeah, so right now we're researching to be able to run more than one stand. And so I'm going to try to do... It's not a duck for sure. That I agree. I'm going to try to immediately rush to getting a second stand and seeing what it will take to be possible to make that profitable. Because it will be one of those things that is going to be a real trick. Because I'm going to have to research the parents to get a second... Well, actually... Well, no, because putting a second stand here, I'd be competing with myself. I don't think that'll ultimately lead to more sales. I think it'll just divide the sales between the two carts. But yeah, so we beeline to the parents, where we can open up the neighborhood. I can set up a second cart there, and start trying to see what I can do to get that locked in to being profitable in a second location. Like, that's what I'm trying to do, is experiment with trying out a new location, see what we can have happen with all that sort of stuff. And time is going too fast, chat. Time is going entirely too fast. Like, real life time. Because I'm sitting there thinking, it's like, oh man, I really hope I get to check out, you know, some more stuff of this. Like, holy crap, we're already mostly through this. I'm just checking my AC real fast. We're not making great sales today. There we go. What's also interesting is it mentioned the moderate rain as being a big negative for here. So far, we haven't been hit by it. On the USA map we were only getting light rain, but it seemed like we were getting it a lot. Okay.
Now you can manage workers, own multiple food stands, and
Oh, didn't mean to skip her dialogue. Yep. So get the stuff for the training, because otherwise I'm gonna just do crappy service and not do anything. Alright, we go manage, order. Let's change our recipe to do the 2 pieces of lettuce that... Actually, no, it's 3 pieces of lettuce, right? Yeah, and it does mention later on I'll be able to make, like, a recipe for parents, a recipe for students. That's not available in the demo. It does show you where it is. But it's also interesting because it does mean we'll have a default student, parent, staff, influencer, environmentalist, foodie, tourist, fit one, and manager at the different type of people you can do all that. But you feel like having more than one stand makes it really interesting. Not only can you experiment, but you're not dependent on one thing. Yeah. Well, and that's one of the things that the game implied as well, is that sometimes with what we were looking at, you would have stuff where it's like, this impacts this group of people, and you'd be like, oh man, the students aren't going to buy burgers today, let me go over and deal with the parents. It feels like it enables a lot of that playthrough. Which is good, because it gives you something that you can adjust and react to. You'd like to purchase 2 influencers and 1 parent burger, please? Supply chains issues have caused a price hike in upgrades. Upgrades price is 50% higher for 3 days. That's good, I already got my upgrade, so it's not something that's going to impact me at all. Okay. I do wonder how long it would take you to raise the money to operate a second cart, like, effectively. Because buying, like, the cart we're in now costs 5 million won. Needless to say, making 30,000 or whatever a day is going to take you a while. But it's also those things. Oh, we're getting food quality penalties. Hey, let's knock that down. They're team too much lettuce. They said, "How dare you try and pass this much lettuce?" The children have spoken. We just cannot allow this volume of lettuce to happen. Considering we had rain today, we're actually doing pretty okay. Let us riot, exactly. Let us riot every single day. I wonder if I get a second day where I break the 170 whatever it was. Good. You do think if you go to buy a second cart, it should give you the option to undo because it's not clear how much money you required starting that? Well, they probably have it where you can just not run it that day. And you can also sell your cart, but I would suspect it a minor loss.
Be a burger boss by upgrading worker skills to level 1 for faster service and better customer relations. The worker training section is in the worker management tab.
Have I seen everything the demo has to offer? No. So like I've seen how far the demo will let me go, but like you've got all the way up to your tier 3 research, and there's not enough time to do a lot of it. So I only got a little bit, like I got a little bit of tier 2 research here, and I think over here was as far as I managed to get on the last playthrough before I ran out of time. So I haven't seen remotely all the content in the game yet, but I have done a full playthrough, like, of what's available in the demo. So I can do this, order ingredients, go to our worker, train, so that way we're going to be a bit more effective. And how much does another vehicle cost? $2 million yen, or won. I'm gonna make the decision that's probably a terrible decision. I'm gonna try opening a second cart right here. So, the reason that's a terrible idea is I am competing with myself. So what we're gonna do is Rual's stand here is gonna have the recipe we've been doing. Meanwhile, we can go down here. Yeah, yours will be slightly cheaper and come with one less piece of lettuce. We'll plan for you to try and sell 60. Okay. They did warn me that the upgrades are going to cost more right now. I might pay it anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Because otherwise all those ingredients, anything I don't sell will immediately go away. And there's the training. And we'll see what happens. You think you'd prefer if it didn't come with the worker? Yeah, I think that might just be what happens. I did notice you can rename the worker. Okay. Did I actually order your stuff? I don't know if I did. So we have excess loss. Okay. Remember to resubmit your order when done. Okay. So you're good. You're good. Let's see what happens. I'm expecting us to lose money today. Because I'm now competing with myself. And just do not have everything we need for it. We are out of cash. No cash for operations. Get cash by taking a bank loan, selling assets such as upgrades or stands. Sell a stand or navigating to the menu. So I'm gonna need you to make a lot of money today if you don't mind, because we are in the red. We definitely were trying to expand too fast, but I'm wondering if we can make it work. So interestingly enough, the main cart isn't selling anything. Not really. The other cart has a proper line going for it. Okay. So we are operating on a profit for the day. But we're still in the negative. Oh, we're at a snow flurry. That's the reason the screen has a whole weird thing going on. Hey! We're not completely out of money. Okay. So that's going way better than I thought it would. Now granted, we'll have to see at the end of the day where we're at, but right now we're actually looking... Like, profit-wise, we're honestly about where we were before. Like, we're almost flat on the profit scale. Like, we're just right in the realm of what we pulled off last time. Still, that's better than I thought. I was expecting to, like, be 100,000 won down at the end of the day. Cool. Yeah, so we got a much higher amount of income, but our net profit is honestly about what it was before.
Elevate worker skills to level 2 for faster service and better customer relations. Head to the worker training section in the worker management tab and become a food truck captain.
Okay, so the next thing I want to work on is we want to beeline right for parents. That's where we're going next. So research, not research, manage, ordering, update the order, put the order in to restock you, update order, put the order in, and we should be good with that. I've got 200,000 here. That's not enough to do hardly anything. Because as you can see, I bought my ingredients, and it wiped us out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a dog that's popping up. Okay. Oh, I meant to train the people. I can't train them while they're working during the day, right? No. That's fine. Okay. Happiness can be found even in the darkest times. As they're ordering a burger. I can agree to that. Sometimes happiness is just a burger away. Alright. Make those employees stay late for remedial training. Hey, training happens at night. Wait is too long. My dog aged in dog years. Service was slow. Was the burger on a world tour? Yeah, so definitely splitting up the two is helping with my service rating. Because I'm getting way fewer people complaining about the slow service. It's not none. But, like, when we were last playing, it was just rolling again and again and again with slow service. Let's see, Unix says, this game looks good. I like that you can just chill and relax during the day. So it's like you have a planning phase, then a turn plays out. But you can still change things during the day if you want to. Yeah, well, that was the thing that surprised me when I first got, like, the sponsor thing, they were like, it's a turn-based game, which, you know, was a separate entity to handling that part of it. And it's like, what? Hey, profit record. Nice. But yeah, no, I've been really liking it. I look forward to seeing where it goes once it's out of its demo. Okay, so we got our new research.
Track your stand's reputation, food and service quality, and appearance stats, and use the insights to enhance your business performance. To see this data, head to the stand's info section in the Manage tab on the left sidebar.
And we did finish the day with more than we started the day with all that. So let's go to our staff real fast. Oh, your training's expensive. I hate it. Thanks. Okay, so we'll not be training anyone anytime soon. I was curious to see if that adjusted at any frequency. We'll definitely need to get that sorted out. So restock our stuff. Restock our stuff. And we're going to need to just kind of go another day and try to save up money. We were also able to look at our stand. So we have our stand's reputation. Both of our stands are starting to gain reputation because you start with 0. Make them pay you for training? Exactly. We'll call it university. Alright. South Korea, scientists have hacked the quantum realm. Now you can finally figure out where lost socks go in the dryer. The world is amazed. High population happiness increases the population size. City-wise population happiness is plus 10 for 2 days, which means more customers. All of that means more customers. We're like right on that edge where ordering our ingredients each day puts us in the negatives, and then we finish the day, you know, 40,000 won ahead from where we started. I am happy that it isn't one of those things that you hit 0 won or 0 money at just instant game over or anything like that, or, you know, you have 24 hours to fix it. It's just like, okay, you're gonna have problems operating if you don't sort this out real quick. Because my assumption is what'll happen is your employees won't work and you won't be allowed to order stuff and stuff like that. You might tattoo the experience. Could you imagine getting a burger that you were so impressed that the very first thing you did after you ate your burger is you went to the local tattoo place and got the burger, like, the brand name or something tattooed on your arm or something? Be like, look, my guy, it's a burger. I'm glad you like our product, but, you know, it's a burger. You're sure people have tattooed weird things? Oh, well, that's just a fact. You know, so does the McDonald's logo tattooed on their thigh. That's certainly a decision. And new profit record. I also noticed I'm not noticing the quest objectives on the left. So it feels like we found a way to potentially break the demo progression by winning before we're supposed to. Which is a fun issue to have. I mean, to be fair, we're already 9 days into this run. Because we are going way faster this time. Okay. So
expand your customer base by selling to parents and explore the residential block of the city. To learn more about these lovers of budget-friendly meals, click the city view on the top left of the environment area. View street corner by using the locality buttons at the top left of the environment area.
Alright, so the next question is, what do I want to research next? I can go for the auto reorder, and then I don't even have to worry about it. Let's try that, because I wanted to check that out, and the demo ran out right as we got it. So we'll get that going. No negative feedback that day? Yup. Alright, so let's do a little experimentation here. we're gonna take ourselves a little bit of a risk. So what's gonna happen here is we're going to go to this stand. It's gonna keep its stuff just the way it is. No changes. I am going to train them up to level 2 because I am expecting them to get swamped with more customers now. But what we're going to do here is you're going to do your order just the way you were before. Meanwhile, Rual is going to move their stand over here. Let's put it right on the corner. And now we're going to experiment with the recipe a little bit because they imply that the people here are pickier about getting, like, more bang for their buck. So we'll see how that does. I'm a little worried we're going to be in some serious trouble with this. Because I also have no idea where I should put the pricing on this one. And nor do I have what I need to... I don't have the research this time where I can hit the button and be like, God, that looks affordable, or it's a little high. We don't have that research. Alright. Hey parents, please buy my burgers. Well, at least the students are buying food at the other location. What kind of neighborhood is it that there's this many people walking around? Also, why are they going out of their way to avoid interacting with me? Okay. So they seem to be on board. Ooh, so there was some feedback here that may not have been positive, but because I don't have recipe feedback, I can't see it. So it is looking like we're going to need the recipe feedback here where we've got the grown-ups, because I need to adjust that. Which was expected. I was already warned that they're like, hey, you know, let's see all that. The wait was too long, wrote a novel bestseller. Wait was too long, I have grandchildren now. Oh, did one of them say my appetite is over 9,000? New profit record. One of the bubbles? Yeah. So we did increase our profit, which makes sense. We are selling in multiple locations now. So instead of competing against ourselves, we have captured an entire... Right. There's no... We didn't unlock anything because we are doing a 2-day research. Okay. So we're going to update our order. Get that in. Update our order. Get that in. Go to our workers. And I can't train either of them. I don't have enough money. So that's just going to continue. And we're going to go to our next day. Because I don't... I momentarily thought I didn't put in the order. I was like, oh no. But we're fine. Okay. But yeah, that's cool. So we're taking like an entirely different approach this time compared to our last one. Where last time we just kept trying to scale up our one, and this time we're building wider, that we've immediately gone into another market and trying to make that happen. But they do have a perfect recipe for different demographics. I don't know what that does. I assume you'll get like a bonus where if you do like a perfect recipe, you get a higher quality rating or something like that. Less than a penny for my thoughts, and I'm thinking a burger. I like the cut of your jib. But it's cool that you can kind of approach the game in very different ways. Like, a lot of games, they kind of end up pigeonholing you into certain strategies just because it's what you need to do profitability-wise. Like, Planet Coaster, one of the things that happens is there is, like, specific combinations to get your maximum profit out of a certain ride, and certain rides that are just, like, meta better than others, and some rides are almost impossibly profitable in the first place. And so it is just kind of one of those things that it takes away a lot of the meaning behind it when you're just like, oh, let me stamp out this one where I know I'm going to win. So it is curious that you could just have different approaches. We're actually running low on ingredients on this place. Someone just said if you were a cookie. Yep. Cool.
Say goodbye to daily shopping and insufficient stock with Auto Reorder. Set it up in the Inventory Calculator section of the Ordering tab and stay stocked up.
Cool. So I like that. That way, as you expanded, you could not have to deal with all that. I'm going to start focusing on going for the recipe stuff. We probably won't be able to get to the recipe stuff before the demo is done. But let's pop in here. So ordering. So how do I know if I've got the auto order set up? I don't know if I do. Oh, there we go. Auto reorder on. I see. So it's a toggle. Yep, so that means I no longer need to manually do that. They just restock it themselves. Cool. Alright, give me good news. Give me good news. Freak Storm destroyed the local tomato crops just before harvest. Tomatoes are now scarcer than diamonds in Minecraft. Tomato price is up 300% for 3 days. You monsters. How dare you? I still like so much that we had such a profitable day for like day 2 in the game that it finished the tutorial. It was like, nope, you won. You don't need our help. You're good. Get out of here. Which would honestly be an interesting way of handling a tutorial as well. Where if someone just obliterates the tutorial right at the beginning, like, nah, it's just, don't worry about it. You seen that at your local Wendy's? No tomatoes because of supply issues? Oh yeah, no, I've seen that in a number of places where, like, there'll be something that normally they have available, like, yeah, we're not carrying that because, you know, there's a recall or there was a shortage or whatever. That's one you see at Chipotle a lot. Is it'll be like, okay, well, there's no guacamole because there's a recall. Okay, there's no carnitas because, you know, supply stuff. Because it was, I don't know if it's still the thing that they were for a long time getting the local stuff. Let's check our other stand, how you're doing. The one at Burger King runs out of burgers like every other month. Yeah. It's always a tricky thing. You gotta be very careful. Like, food is very difficult. That food waste is a pretty unavoidable problem in hospitality, because your choices are you can order too much and some gets thrown away, or you order too little and then you just have to close your store and be like, well, that item's just not available. And the problem is, if you get a reputation of not having your inventory available regularly, people stop showing up at all. And it's just kind of one of those things that you're always trying to be just like a bit over what you need, knowing you're going to throw some out. That's terrible. It's like literally your name. You shouldn't be short on burgers. Yeah. It is a difficult thing, because it is hard. Like, so we're going to actually have a pretty low profit today. We're only at 88,000 today. Yeah, so it was a low profit day. Alright. So we got 3 days left of demo. We'll play out the demo, and then we'll go and do our next part of things. So with this, I don't have to touch any of the things with the food. That should just work. I can't afford any other training. We don't have the money to do an upgrade, because your upgrade is 3 million. So for right now, we're just good. And we are working on recipe feedback, at which point with recipe feedback, I can start going in here and being like, oh, the students are unhappy with this recipe, let me adjust it. Oh, the parents are unhappy with the recipe, we can adjust it. And that should improve our reputation and our sales. Yeah, we are turning a profit every day. I keep spending all of my money and then dipping into the negatives when the day starts. But yeah, and for those curious, the demo you actually have, we can also reach the big station for staff, but there are 4 more locations in the game that they've already got planned that are unavailable right now. Taco Bell is out of bells. Oh man. They used to have that big one on the top of the front of it. I very much enjoy finding places that you could very clearly see it was once upon a time a Taco Bell or whatever. And it's really fun to go by those kind of places and be like, that was a Taco Bell once. It's like a dentist place now, but you can see where the arch used to be up there with its bell. But yeah, as a reminder for this game, this is Business Heroes Street Grub. They have been kind enough to sponsor us today. We do have a link in the top of chat that they are hoping that people will be interested in their game and drop it a wish list. It is not available for purchase yet, but you can play this demo right now if you would like. I believe you can play it right now if you'd like. If not, I'm sure by next fest it will be. And like I said, the game has left me very well impressed. It fits perfectly in like the Tycoon style game. If you ever played Lemonade Tycoon, it is like that same feeling, but then they've added more depth to it. And I really appreciate that. They took kind of a proven game model that no one's done anything with in an age and went, but what if we did more with that? And I like when you take games that just you haven't seen much with in a long time and do stuff with it. Yeah, so we're doing really well as far as all that. Recipe feedback.
Receive real-time feedback on your recipes and improve them to meet customer desires. The feedback section is at the bottom left of the environment area.
Cool. So the bottom left of the... Okay, so this is the environment area. I understand now. So what should happen is we should start seeing feedback. Now, I won't be able to get feedback past tense, but what that does mean is I should now be able to adjust our recipes and all that. We aren't down to like the last in-game day or two of the demo, so I'm not gonna worry about trying to set up another thing because there's no time. But what we are going to do is we're going to tweak the recipes as we go. Oh, you know what? I bet you the custom recipes is so when a student shows up, they have that recipe, and a parent shows up. That'll get interesting to manage your ingredients because you don't know how many students or whatever you're gonna get. All right, I want to see what your feedback is on my my recipes, adults. Because we get every once in a while, we get one that's marked as yellow. Oh my god, the line is huge. Excuse me? B, I ain't immortal. Waited too long. Did you cook this using a candle flame? Time flies, you don't. Not enough lettuce. Can you be real, man? Alright, that was apparently your booth. So we'll go ahead and get you a little bit more of the lettuce. I was not expecting... Oh, you know what? That's because we have parents over in this area, too. And that was the same thing we ran into last time. Older Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and IHOP tend to not be remodeled well. Unless the building's knocked down. Yeah. You missed your birthday waiting here. If parents want a salad, order a salad, not a burger. Service so good, I forgot my PIN. Okay, so we've got one more day. I think we have one more day until Recipe Perfectionist. I don't have anything to research. We can't afford another cart yet. So we manage our orders and we look at all that. We'll have all this pop in. You're all good here. So get the next day going. Breaking news. Yeek, an indirect competitor is spreading fake news about probably Doom's hygiene standards. Why? Just why do they do this? A lower purchase probability means fewer customers are likely to buy food citywide. Purchase probability minus 10% for 2 days. I have a competitor? Wait, no, like, let's go back to that I have a competitor thing. That would be interesting to have, like, someone else's booth sitting right there, and you're like, you. I think it was this one. They listed it as milestones. I think multiplayer was listed on there. I don't want to promise that. Or at least someone on Twitter hates you. I mean, that's just Twitter. That's literally the existence of Twitter. Is you walk in and say, it's a lovely day, and someone will drop a racial slur. We don't need to get into that. We're in a sponsored segment. But, Twitter's awful. But, well, that said, zombies can't eat me. I'm already stuffed. I don't think how that works, I think. Yeah, we're making solid money now. I am hoping we will get to see the Recipe Perfectionist before we run out of time. I can't remember if I have one more day after this day or this is the last day. But if we have one more day after this, we can see what the Recipe Perfectionist is and try and tweak it real fast. And see if we can't figure out anything from there. Okay, we got a whole lot of negatives from people not being served their food fast enough. I just trained my cat to play fetch. Okay. And a profit record. So honestly, the scope from easy to hard between like USA and South Korea, it definitely feels like it's pretty well managed. No, it trained you to throw its toy. Okay, so that was the end. So even though we got the win condition, it's still like, oh darn, you game overed. But yeah, so this has been fantastic. So unfortunately, the reality of what's going to happen here.
Unlock customer feedback about ingredients in your recipe that are the perfect amount. Discover the perfect recipe faster. Find this information in the feedback section at the bottom left of the environment area.
All right. So the problem is when I go to do like my next day, it just won't let me because it's a demo. What I am hoping, yeah, so I can't see what the feedback is. I'm going to hit play and just see what happens. Yeah, demo completed. That's fine. So yeah, so that has been Business Heroes Street Grub. So this is the second sponsored stream they did for us. So thank you again so much to the devs and everything for sponsoring the channel and all that. I really do appreciate it. I have absolutely enjoyed this game. As I said, it is kind of a spiritual successor to the game Lemonade Tycoon. For those that haven't played that, you start with like a little lemonade stand. It's the same idea. But this one takes like the concepts that game brought into it, said, but what if more? And just kind of ran with it. And so it very much hits that same vibe, while also offering additional content, additional interest, additional nuance, and all that. So I wish I could remember more about Lemonade Tycoon and kind of where its limitations were, like where it stopped and where this begins. But I definitely do know that there's more here than I remember at all. I don't know when the game's coming out or anything like that. I don't believe they've announced any of that information yet. What they're hoping for right now is they would really like you to click on the link and wishlist that. All that link that tiny URL does is it takes you to the Steam page. The game's not up for sale yet, but you can wishlist it, and that does help the team, because what ultimately that does is that will get them potentially into like the new and upcoming category on Steam. It helps it get better visibility as higher because it has weighed in on Steam, like the number of wishlists and all that. Wishlist is one of those primary stats before you release a game on getting visibility for your game on Steam and all that. I have absolutely enjoyed it. I really do hope the devs are very successful on this, because of the number of demos I end up playing between Steam Next Fest and all that, we only get a handful of really good demos each, like Next Fest and all that, and a whole lot of some that are like, well, it's kind of here, kind of there. And this is one of those few demos I'm like, no, but really, like, can there be more? I would like there to be more. I would like there to be a 16th, 17th, 18th, and 20th day. It's a demo, you get it. I gotta wait for it to release. It's fine. It's worth waiting for. But of the games I have played who have sponsored the channel and demos I have played on the channel, this is one of the ones that has left me the most impressed. I can see burning a lot of time in this game on my free time when it drops. Now, whether or not I'll stream it, that boils down to some Tycoon games are very hard to stream. This one, because it is a demo and it's short, it doesn't overstay its welcome for content creation. But honestly, I could see playing a couple of streams of this. Like actually dedicating 4 or 5 hours and seeing how it goes. But with all that said, I've absolutely enjoyed this. This has been fantastic. For everyone over on YouTube, the stream will be ending abruptly for all of you, because changing categories isn't a thing that works well on YouTube. Blame YouTube. For those over here on Twitch, we are going to be switching games now. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to put up a poll.